Okay, today we're going to read out of our Explorer book and we're going to highlight specific information to fill out our PowerPoint. We're going to type the explorer's name. We'll insert a picture of who the explorer was. We're going to type their sponsor country. We'll insert a map of the country. We'll type their goal in a complete sentence. And we're going to type 2 obstacles of the expedition and the main accomplishment. We're going to do Christopher Columbus together. Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus was one of the first explorers sponsored by Spain. He asked the king and queen to support his expedition several times. They finally agreed. They supplied Columbus with 3 ships and a crew of men. Columbus's mission was to find a safer route to India and China by sailing west. So the mission is like the goal, so we would underline the mission. We would also underline his sponsor country, who was sponsored by Spain. Columbus and his men experienced many obstacles. We're looking for obstacles. During their journey, there were no maps to help them navigate their destination. So this is all an obstacle. The men did not know if they could reach the Indies by traveling west. The trip was long and hard. That's also an obstacle. The crew was frightened. That would be an obstacle. And they wanted Columbus to turn and sail home. He promised his men that they would return home if they didn't reach land soon. Within days, land was spotted. Columbus and his crew believed that they had reached India. They also called the people that lived there Indians. They had actually landed on an island in the Bahamas, so this would be something that he accomplished. He found the Bahamas. He named it San Salvador. During the trip, they also explored Cuba and Hispaniola. This would also be an accomplishment. Columbus was able to make 3 more voyages with several ships. He settled lands in Central and South America, also an accomplishment. Though Columbus died thinking he had reached the Indies, he is remembered as the one who discovered America. So all the information that we underlined, we're going to put in our PowerPoint presentation. So what you'll do is you'll click in the text box and we're going to type Christopher Columbus. And then the country that sponsored him was Spain. So we're going to go out on the internet and we're going to find a picture to put in for Columbus, and then we're also going to look for a picture of Spain. So what you'll do is you'll open a new tab and we're going to type map of Spain. And we're going to pick a map. And we will right click. I think I need a different map here. So we'll click here. You need to go to images. So we're going to copy image. We're going to go back to our slideshow. And we're going to right click and we're going to paste. And then we can drag it and make it bigger to fit in our box. Okay, so we've got one. Then we're going to go back out and find an image of Christopher Columbus. So we'll open a new tab. Image of Christopher Columbus. We'll right click. We'll copy the image. We'll go back to our PowerPoint. We'll right click and we'll paste. We'll drag it in there and shrink it. So you already have the title, the country, a map, a picture of Christopher Columbus. And it says, what was the goal of this explorer? We want a complete sentence, so we'll type in here. The goal of Columbus was to find, and we're going to take it right here from our reading, was to find a safer route to India and China. It's to find a safer route to India and China. Oops. By sailing west, period. So we want to make sure that we spell things right. So there's a red line here. So if I click on that word and right click, I can change my spelling to Columbus. Same thing with China. I right click. And so now my spelling is correct. And I would do that with my obstacles. I'm going to type an obstacle here. One of the obstacles from our reading was no maps. And the second obstacle that I'm going to use is the crew was afraid. And then his main accomplishment, he had a couple, but we're just going to use that he settled lands in Central and South America. Once again, we want to go back. Anything that's underlined in red, we want to right click. And then we have the correct spelling of that. And that's all you have to do for each of the explorers in your booklet. You'll go back and you'll type your name here, and you can insert a picture. You can put a map. You can import a picture of your favorite explorers. You can do a collage of explorers. But when you're done with all of them, if you look down the side, you've got a page for each explorer that you're going to do. And when you're finished, you will submit it once the entire project is done.